Okay, great. So I think that it's 4 o'clock and we can start. So I'm really glad that you were able to join us today on this webinar. I see a lot of people, and it's really great that you find some time to join us today, where we will be speaking about the current trends in mobile marketing and what is happening in communication space. So let me start from a brief introduction. My name is Mike. I'm here with my colleague Irina. We both product managers here in Pushwoosh. We are working closely with our clients, helping them to implement best products, best tools to achieve great results in communication with the audience and achieving improvements in the benchmarks and retention, in engagement and LTV of the clients. So we're really working on the edge of the current communication space. Today, we would like to speak about the current mobile marketing trends. So what is happening? The last year, there was a lot of things happening. We'll speak about them and what we see will be happening in the 2021. Also, we'll speak about the current benchmarks that we see for different industries and some KPIs that you can rely on while thinking about implementing effective triggered communication. After that, I'll show you how you can leverage Pushwoosh products in your everyday business in order to achieve better results. And after that, we'll have a short Q&A session. So I believe it will take us up to 30 minutes. So we'll try to keep it short. Before we start, I see that there's several more people in the waiting room. So I will Okay, so yeah, I think everyone who are willing to joined us today, so we can start. First of all, before we move forward, I want to remind you about Pushwoosh. I know that some of you are already familiar with our product, but still, we are a marketing automation platform that provides you with capabilities of building cross-channel communication through such channels as push notifications, web and mobile, emails, and in-apps. We are on the market since 2011, so it's already 9 years, and we were able to gather a lot of experience about how to build the right communication in different industries all around the world. So we believe that we know something about this space. So currently, it's more than 3 billion devices connected to our platform, and we're sending really millions of pushes each day. Millions of different notifications each day. So we know something about how to communicate with the audience. And the first part will be about mobile marketing trends and the industry benchmarks. This will be Irina's part. She is really fond of marketing. She has a very strong background in marketing, by the way. So she knows everything she'll be speaking of. So Irina, it's up to you.
Yes, thank you, Mike, for the introduction, and hello to all. I'm really happy that you joined us today. So let's talk about mobile marketing trends in 2021. So in 2020, the industry of mobile marketing communication went through very rapid changes, and we needed all to adapt new approaches of work to be able to react to these changes quicker, invest more in the brand, and foster an existing customer bases. And these changes mainly happened due to four main factors that basically will still have a huge impact on the mobile marketing in 2021. It's COVID-19. It's the implementation of IDFA. So now all apps available on Apple have to ask for explicit permission to track users. It's the consumer behavior shift due to high level of uncertainty and economic downturn and recession. And it's also the rising concern about consumer privacy and data security. So now customers are really conscious of how mobile apps use their personal data, and the recent case of Signal and Telegram really confirms this fact. So keeping all that in mind, what should we expect in 2021? First of all, companies, as we see, will continue to invest more in users' privacy and data security. We'll see more businesses that come from online to offline. So it's hard to predict now when the consequences of the pandemic will end. So the rise of e-commerce and m-commerce will continue. Due to it, companies will continue to develop their brand accountability. Marketing automation will stay among top marketers' priorities for the future year to save the time and money on the one hand and build more personalized and targeted marketing campaigns on the other hand. But the most important trend is that mobile apps will focus more on retention and engagement than on acquisition of new customers. So many of our respondents in our research know that they are going to develop new marketing tactics to increase the share of user-generated content, use more advanced analytic tools, and build more advanced analytic platforms themselves to find the moments of intention. So finding the right moment of intention helps in creating triggers and build effective event-based communication strategy. And the trigger can be anything from users' visit to a specific page, opening the app, cart abandonment, and so on. So Mike, can you please show me the next slide?
Sure.
Thank you.
Sure.
So considering that the speed of new mobile applications emergence is increasing now, and so does the decline of users' attention span, it becomes really harder and harder to motivate users to pay attention to your marketing. So how to do it? Our research shows that basically there are 4 main factors that influence it. The most important is brand familiarity, which is reached with the help of PR and brand acquisition and partnership activities. It's also content quality, which includes the App Store optimization, the visual and text content in your app, in-app messages, emails, push notifications, all the communication that you send to your clients. The timing, which basically means how good you are at figuring out when trigger your users with the communication and finding the best time, or better to say moment to send your messages. And of course, it's the quality of your ads and promotional offers. Next slide, please. So now let's talk about the core part of our webinar, the engagement and industry retention and engagement benchmarks. Basically, working with engagement, we should always keep in mind that there are at least 8 factors that have a vast impact on users' session duration, on the frequency of their opening the app, login, and basically the engagement, yes. It doesn't fully reach only with the help of communication strategy. It's also the product, the UX, UI, and sustainability. And so among those factors that influence the user's engagement in your mobile app are the app's logic that keeps your users focused, keeps your users' attention focused, the aesthetics of the app, mainly the design, the UX, UI, novelty of your product and communication, the reputation of your product, trust, and expectations of your users, the positive effect, which basically means your ability to cause positive emotions such as happiness, joy, pleasure, interest, your core value proposition, the stability of your application, and motivation, incentive, and benefits that you provide to your users. As you see, there is no silver bullet that can help you boost mobile apps engagement, and there are so many factors that affect it. However, we see that with all these factors being in state of more or less good condition, you may significantly boost your engagement with the help of triggered multi-channel communication. So the research shows that with the help of multi-channel triggers, you may boost your engagement by 283% than when you use, for example, like single or blast campaigns when you use just one channel. And optimized campaigns, basically time optimized campaigns, can give you 157 boost in your engagement. Next slide, please. So whether you're working on e-commerce, entertainment, media, or sport app, your users come through 7 main stages. It's acquisition, activation, engagement, revenue, loyalty, and the most unpleasant one is churn, of course. Having an omni-channel triggered communication strategy really can help you be more efficient on almost all the stages of this funnel. The activation, engagement, revenue, loyalty, and re-engagement in the end. So now let's look at the average retention rates that we saw in our clients in 2020. Next slide, please. our research shows that among our clients, communication apps has the greatest average retention rate. So as you see, it's 8.3% on organic traffic and retention, sorry, and 5.8% when we say about non-organic traffic. So basically these communication apps are like Slack, Basecamp, Skype, Red Booth, and so on. Going deeper into the reasons of why these rates are so high, we may include the following factors that we heard from our clients. It's just they try to make the easy entrance and the efficient onboarding with the in-app messages. They use triggered push notifications with new users who just registered, logged in, or just opened the app. It's the proper functionality of the app. It's their clear value proposition that they use in their communications, using in-app messages and push notifications mainly. And yes, the usage of triggered reminders, like the messages based on behavior of their users in the app, so-called event-based triggers. As you see, using triggered push notifications can increase your CTR by 1,200% just by X20. When we're talking about lifecycle marketing campaigns, we saw the growth about 20% in our clients and 8% when our customers try to use triggered push notifications, implement triggered push notifications in their remarketing campaigns. Now, I guess we should move to the next slide. Okay, retention rates, by interaction rates, yeah. By interaction rate, we typically mean how willingly users respond to your in-app surveys, net promoter scores, opt-ins for push notifications, IDFA, or whatever you want them to ask to opt in, triggered notifications and reminders in general, just push notifications or in-app messages, and their response. I'm sorry, can you hear me?
Yes. No, at least I can hear you, so it should be working.
Oh, okay, I can hear you. So yeah, and here we see that the leader is the lifestyle app category. The average interaction rate among our research respondents is 28%. And the main tactics that helped them improve this rate were gamification and personalization. So basically gamification can be embedded in the application itself or just be visually reflected with the help of in-app messages. And personalization basically means that you don't use a generic communication strategy. You divide your audience into segments based on their characteristics or behavior in the app, basically how they fire the events, and create a personal approach based on it. So next slide, please. Now let's talk about what triggers can be used for creating an event-based communication strategy. The point here is that there is no one right answer here. Every app has unique logic and their users have unique behavior patterns. So there's no answer clear here. But among most common triggers that our customers use, basically they are screen open, page visited. They use it when users visit particular page in the app for one or several times. For example, when you see that a user visits a pricing or some product page several times but doesn't make any purchase, it's actually a great reason to send him or her a push notification with a reminder or a discount to motivate him or her to complete the purchase. It's also tag added, tag removed. Basically, it means that the user transmits from one segment to another. For example, user was inactive for a very long time and then he opened the app, did some actions there, and now he becomes like re-engaged one or active one. Survey completed. It's just the answer to your surveys. And category interest. It's just when user was interested in the same topic for several times. It can be news category in media apps. It can be, I don't know, some football team in sport app, travel destination in travel app, car and application that sells car. And it's also abandoned cart and page when user tries to make a purchase but he doesn't complete it, and you want to remind him that, hey, you forgot to purchase our product, or if he doesn't respond to this notification, you just send him another notification with a discount. And our practice shows that it really works, and not only in the e-commerce. So Mike, I guess now you can show us how we can use all this event trigger communication in Pushwoosh.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, before I start showing you the products, I just want to tell you a little story. So recently I was looking for, well, simple. I was looking for a chandelier. So I checked several stores where I can buy it. Well, obviously I was checking it online because, well, I'm not willing to go to any market shop right now. So I was checking like 3 or 5 stores. I was checking like at least like different 10 or 15 different options. And I was really trying to find out what will be the best option for me. What will be the best store where I will buy the best chandelier. And it was a really hard choice, to be honest, because I had so many different options that I had, like about the delivery, about some reviews, about the store, about the product. So it was hard to make a choice. But then, like, well, I was using mobile apps, obviously, for when I just put my phone away and walk away to make some coffee. And when I returned, I saw a small push notification on my screen with recommendation to buy a specific chandelier. And because I was really tired of this process of choosing, I just decided, okay, let it be so, and just bought this chandelier. And well, the moral of the story is that always think about the end user, the user behind the screen, because all of these things that Irina was talking about, like the ethics, the content, the UI, the UX, and so on, it's really the way how you can impact on your end user, the person that will be reading your message, that will be buying your stores, that will be using your app. So think about what is really the best thing I can do for my user, and build your communication according to this journey that you will imagine in your head. So we in Pushwoosh really believe in the concept of behavioral-based communication, like when you react on user actions, like on user intentions. And we built in 2020, we presented a new tool, Customer Journey Builder, that provides you with the ability to build your own journeys and automate all of your communications on one tool. So for my demonstration, I will be using some pre-built templates with the content that can help you to define the right message, the right steps, the right timing for communication in order to increase the results of your app. So I will be using a welcome series. So this is an onboarding flow, which I will be explaining right now. So it consists of several steps where I'm trying my best to explain to my user the benefits of my app, like let it be a subscription app. And there's a lot of steps with different functionality behind it that will help me to improve my results. So as I said, we really believe in the concept of behavioral-based communication, meaning that we are able to react on user actions. So each action that a specific user performs in my app, I can simply use it, add it here. Well, for example, I can use a simple application open event at the starting point of my journey when I will show a series of welcome screens to my end user. If I don't want to just simply send a message, I can segment my audience before moving forward with some specific features that we have, of course. And for example, I will be using users in the app, another predefined template that we have. And I can just simply split the audience into several parts using this amount of functionality, and then plan my communication accordingly to the segment. And for each user, there will be a unique path with a unique content. So I will simply end this journey for this. And then I have a set of messages. So each message in the template has predefined content that you will be able to use, well, just to inspire yourself, and what and how you can prepare for your audience, what and how you can use inside Pushwoosh. And each step contains a specific message and like intention that you can use in order to prepare the content. So for example, when my user opens the app for the first time, my first action will be to focus on my app value proposition and show like some images and maybe a description about my app. Basically, we can show several screens of this onboarding flow inside the app without having to implement anything by developers on the app side. It could be downloaded through the internet and configured through the control panel of Pushwoosh, of course. So there could be a set of these messages. Then we can just simply wait for some amount of time, because we should not just bomb the user with the different types of communication right after the registration process. So we just can simply wait either some period of time or for a specific action to happen. And then with this kind of tool, with these splitters, with this logic of delays and so on, I can define the right flow for each segment, for each user that entered my app, based on the segment, like user attributes and some characteristics that you know about this user, or based on user action. So for example, in one part of the journey, I can wait for simply app opening that will help me to target the users that install the app, registered, but then just simply did not open the app for the next 30 days, for example. And I can start the re-engagement campaign for this type of users and increase the result for my activation metric, for example. Some of the clients that are using Customer Journey Builder in their day-to-day operation reported that they were able to increase the activation metric for 23%, if I'm correct. So it's a huge impact on the day-to-day business and your app results, for example. Same goes, of course, for any web app, because the way how we work with communication, well, the only thing that Inapp is inside the app, basically. But still, you can target users with push notifications, with emails, through Pushwoosh platform. So all of these templates are built in and ready to be used inside Pushwoosh Customer Journey Builder, which is accessible through the interface. And well, we are right now preparing a set of different templates, like some general ones and some for the industries, for industry-specific use cases. And each template contains different types of communication and content that it can be used to inspire you to prepare content that you'll be owning in your system. So if you have any questions or any or if you will need any help with customer journey, we're always here to help you to start using this product. We are always ready to guide you on what type of communication you should implement, maybe what type of events, or maybe what type of content, and so on. So I believe that this is the part about this is the end of the part about the trends and the product itself. Also, of course we have different capabilities of the platform. So we are able to help you not only with the automation, but with other feature set. So we provide capabilities to segment your, gather your audience, segment your audience, build even triggered flows and orchestrate multi-channel marketing. And also we provide you with some options how you can segment your audience, gather info about their behavior or their characteristics. You can prepare content inside Pushwoosh. So basically, Pushwoosh is all-in-one solution for your marketing that contains everything you need to build the communication. We believe that you need to use not only one channel, but you can use several ones to combine together in order to increase your results. So, well, Irina mentioned that combining different channels with each other really increase the results of your business, because you are able to connect with the user not only through mobile phone or through email, but through different channels that help you to stay in the sight of your end user. And of course, the automation is something that we really focus on right now. So there will be a lot of new features and a lot of new capabilities coming soon in the customer journey. So stay tuned. So now I think that we can switch to part of Q&A, where we'll be answering any questions you may have. We received several questions prior to the call, so Irina, maybe you can check them. And by the way, if anyone wants to ask something, you can use either chat message, or you can just simply use your mic, because like we're trying right now a different format, so you can ask your questions verbally if you'd like to, or you can use chat. I'd like to remind that you can ask any questions about like the product, or maybe about the trends, or you would like to ask some specific question about what is happening on the market, maybe with the IDFA change or something like that. Just, well, feel free to ask anything you would like to. Irina, I believe you're muted.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I've checked the questions. We had 2 of them. So the first one is from your namesake, from Mike. And the question is there any way to target in real time those who have purchased the same product previously? I want to display in-app messages to them and say save 5% by subscribing to this item and get it delivered every week. So basically the question is there any way to target in real time those who have purchased the same product previously?
Sure, of course, this is a very basic scenario for our product. So let me just simply create a new journey, and I will just simply show you how we can achieve this. So, well, basically for this scenario, I need to use specific event that I can predefine in my app. So it could be either things that I already have in my account, or I can just simply go to Pushwoosh and see a list of predefined events that we implemented in our platform that you can just take and use. Some of them are already built in the platform. Some of them should be just added by your team, but we prepared everything you need, like from the attributes to the code itself, that you can just simply take and put into your app, and you will you will be able to start using these events right from the beginning. So if I'd like to, for example, target users that performed the purchase or did not perform the purchase, maybe the abandoned cart use case or something, I can just simply enable one event. Then I will go back to my app. I will see this event here. I can use it. And then, well, in case of like in-apps, I can just simply, I don't know, if some user added an item to a cart, I should wait for a specific amount of time, maybe not 1 day, but like maybe 1 hour. And then I can just simply send a message, well, the in-app containing the right information. So we, as mentioned, we've prepared a lot of different templates that you can use. So this one goes for the upsell offer. You can just change the text, change the colors, and so on. So everything is editable. And you can target your users well, easily. Of course, you can build a sequence of messages not only with one in-app message, but also you can check whether or not this specific user bought your product. So I can use checkout success event. And then I can define, like, I will be waiting for 1 day for this event to happen. If this event happened, I will go here. Maybe there will be some upselling push notification. If not, there will be some discount for the initial item. So I can really plan my actions according to the logic of the end user, whether or not this user bought the item or checked my offer, and so on and so on.
Yeah, I guess we should also add that we've recently integrated with Adjust as model partners. So if you use Adjust platform as analytics and measurement platform, you simply can connect to Pushwoosh and transmit all your events from Adjust to Pushwoosh and use them in your customer journey builder. And I guess that in the near future, we'll add more and more companies, analytics companies, where you can transmit your events. So it may be much easier to create journeys and to start them. And the next question is, what are the best practices for working with churn and retention improvements?
Sure. Well, Well, it's really a complex question because there's so many different tactics that you can use to target the user that are currently not with you, that left your app or wanted to left. So there will be just several recommendations that you can use. So first of all, you should target users right from the start. Like you should use the life cycle approach when you stay with the user for like the whole lifetime that are there with you. Meaning that maybe you should start your sequence right from the start with the, I don't know, maybe the first app open or app install, and then just simply track user behavior and react on different actions. So for example, I can like just check application open, then I will be waiting for the same event. So I need to remove the list. Okay. So I will be using application open here and wait, for example, for 7 days or yeah. And then once I added this event, I will be able to like track user that will not be in the app after 7 days, meaning that I will be able to reactivate them through push notification. Then I will be able to check whether or not they opened my push notification, went to my app, and then maybe target them through the email and so on. So I can really plan my communication according to the actions and whether or not they're opening my app. Another way, of course, is to use some segments. So you can just simply target users that did not open the app for some specific amount of time. And also you can find out, like, it's really important to find out like some kind of pre-churn intentions, meaning that some of your users are going to churn from your product. It's really, well, each type of this pre-churn segment is really up to the end app, well, your app basically. You can simply use like did not open the app for 7 days. It will be relevant for most of the apps on the market, I believe. And you can use the very same logic, send message for this type of users, then wait for them to open the app. If they open the app, they will be, well, I know that maybe they will receive some discount that, hey guys, stay with us. We're so glad that you return and so on. And I believe that we run out of time. Yeah. So as I said, we were planning this webinar for like 30 minutes. So let me check whether or not there's questions. I have 2 questions in the chat. So yes, the recording will be available for later access. We will send you the recording with the presentation after the call. So I know that some of them joined us later, just not in the beginning of the webinar, but like in the middle of it. So you will be able to watch it later on and share it with your colleagues, of course. And just know that you can always send us a message, either to email that you received, just answer to it, or you can contact us, well, through our website. We will be really glad to help you with your processes, with your communication, with everything you consider important for you. So thanks a lot for joining then. And that's all questions, and thanks a lot, and see you soon on our next webinar, I believe. Irina, maybe you have anything to add here?
Yes, thank you for joining us. We hope it was very helpful for you. And if you have any questions about Customer Journey Builder, just send a message to us. If you have any questions about the marketing strategy, we will also help with it. Just let us know, and have a good day.
Thanks. Bye.